this up. Okay. Now, this up. Okay. Up. Right. Not quite so close. Okay. Okay. Change capture. I need to start it first. So I will start Daz Studio. Okay. Okay. Well, hi. Hi. Hello and welcome to DanniStories, where I am going to create a character in Daz Studio. I'm just in the mood to create some characters, so here we go. I'm going to figure out what story I want to create characters from, and I have a little short story that I have been working on. So I'm going to get some characters up, and there we go. Let me see, where have I got my recent items? Need to create a the name of the story is Trader's Gift. So I'm going to let me find the document. Let's see. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. Okay, Trader's Gift. Alright, and I have some characters. I only have 2. Oh, I need to get more of them. Okay. So, did I read this into water? Let me find out. Opening up a whole bunch of stuff, but the basic thing is I need to find a character list so that I can do this. I don't have a file there. Alright, so it's not in water. So He's an L shark, so he's going to have blue eyes. He is going to have dark curls. And he is 30 years old. So I have the information I need to be able to do this. So I'm going to close some of these other windows and go to Daz Studio. Alright, so I need a guy. So I'm going to go to Smart Content, all files, open that up. And I hope y'all are doing well this evening. Here we go. So figures, people, male. Because this is about a father and his son. I'm going to get the Genesis 8 basic male up. And I have my Brilliance set too. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, my default Brilliance 02 setup file that I've set to come up every time. How you do that is you go into File and you find the file. You might have to create one with your light setup and all. If you want to have a default file and have a character in it, you can save as scene, and you can make a file like this. Then how you set it is you go to your preferences, and on startup you can say I want this file to come up every time. So that's how you get a startup file, and I already have mine. Alright, so my default file has a light set that I particularly like. This is the Brilliance set, which has a bunch of neat features. One of which is it has setups for light skin and dark skin. So I do a lot of dark skinned characters, and it's very hard to get them to render so that you can see the facial details. So, you know, the set 2 is the default, which works with almost anything, but if I'm going to render, say, a black person or a Hispanic person with you know, medium to dark skin, then I'm going to go with default Brilliance, Brilliance 05 to 08 maybe, depending on what kind of lighting I want. The 5 is my go-to for dark skin, so it's nice to have light sets that you don't have to think that much about your lighting. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to change the parent, because right now it's not parented to any figure. I'm going to parent it to him. And now I'm going to zoom in on his face, and I'm going to get this lighting right. So right as far as how I want it to look. There is no right and wrong, but shadows make your character look realistic. So with that in mind, we want to get the shadows looking the way I've got it in my head. So I'm going to go to parameters, and I'm going to only fool with the rotation. And I'm not even having to deal with the intensity of the lights, color of the lights, any of that stuff. I am just getting the light on his face where I want it to be. So I'm going to fiddle with these until I get nice lighting on his face. And I like to get it over to the side a bit so that I get this nice detail over here. So, and this is probably, you know, not the correct way to do it. You know, you might want to watch some tutorials on lighting to see how the pros do it. This is just how I do it. So basically I am doing portrait renders, so I want to see those facial details. So I am just wanting a general lighting setup, and the reason I always come from the left is because I have done my other character portraits that way. So if I want to do a multi-layered book cover, for example, I know right then that my light is going to be from the left. And this is just my convention. I have set them up differently, but this is how I'm going to set up this guy today. And he's going to be an Elshar, so he already has blue eyes, which is nice. So I'm going to go to my other stuff. I'm going to put it back on Genesis 8 male so that I can see my choices for wardrobe. And I'm going to go for the peasant outfit. So I'm going to look for outfits. There is a, for my Elshars, I usually dress them in a peasant outfit because in my Elshar culture, sewing is valued for males. So especially if he wants to court a maiden, he is going to make her dresses from cloth that his mother spun, maybe, or thread that he has to weave into cloth. This is a very old tradition, and most all of the males in Elshar society are taught to sew, and they're taught to weave and to spin so that they can make dresses for their courted. So he's going to have light hair if he is young, and he's going to have black hair if he's older. So this guy is 30, but he's already got dark hair. The dark hair for them is like us going gray. So I'm going to look for a curly hair for him. And I'm going to look through, and I've got these, I like this Terran hair. So I'm going to put that on him. So now he's got black curls, although he's not gonna, maybe I won't use that one. We'll see if I've got another one that is more what I have in mind. I love that hair, but it's not gonna do for this character. So he needs to have, alright, and I need to select him again. Okay. Maybe, let's see, let's spiked curls, maybe not. I've got the Zoran and the Yarden. I really haven't got a hair that looks like what I've got imagined in my head. So I'm going to have to go to older hairs that I So I have a particular look that I want, so I'm gonna just go down through here until I find the hair I want, and it may be a female hair, but I'm going to use it anyway. The fringe bob is close to what I was thinking of, but the Jonas hair is what I'm thinking about. So, and it's probably going to ask me what figure was this originally for? So I can look down here, and I need to give that a little more room. It's thinking, let's see, let me get this up a little bit. Oh, well, that didn't work. I need this to be bigger. So how do I get it to come up a little bit? Alright. So if I look at the path, if I can read this, that's Genesis 3. So I need to make this easier to read. So it's a Genesis 3 hair. So I am going to do it again. So I can tell it how to fit it. So oh, it just did it automatically. Yeah, it works. Okay, now here's my Jonas hair. Now this is definitely how I want it to look. And it has automatically fitted from Genesis 3 to my Genesis 8 figure. Now I'm going to go to Materials on the hair, and I'm going to go to iRay because I am rendering in iRay. I don't use 3Delight. Some of you may be 3Delight aficionados, and that's fine. I am not going to criticize it. I just I have an Intel machine with an iRay, with an NVIDIA graphics card. So for me, my choice is iRay. And so if you're rendering in iRay, you have to use iRay materials. If you don't, it's not going to look as good. So I'm going to go to Hair, Colors, or yeah, just Hair Colors. And I'm going to click the Filter by Content, and here's the colors. So he's going to have dark hair. There we go. Black curls. And he's got blue eyes, but I'm going to click on him. La 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 la. Eyes. Alright, what choices of eye colors do I have? I have David eyes, which are pretty close. That's light eyes, though. I really want them a little darker, but that's okay. I'll give him the David eyes, which are a lot lighter. Maybe I don't want to do that. The ones he had looked better. Okay, so alright, so what I'm going to do first is make his blue eyes a little darker. So I can go into Surfaces, Genesis 8 Male. I can go down to the irises, which is all I want to fool with. And for base color, I can go in. Now I've already got this map, which is fine. If I'm going darker on the color, I can use this base color slider, and I can make it a brighter blue, and I can also make that darker if I want. So I've got a slider here. I can make them more of that color if I like. Now that's a serious blue. Their eyes lighten and darken with their moods. So he's serious. He's not mad. If he's mad, his eyes are going to be black. If he's happy, they're going to be light. So this is a good color for someone who's a trader. He's not wanting to give away his secret. He can't stop his eyes from turning light if he likes a trade that he sees. But basically, medium blue is going to be, you know, that's just, he's neither happy or unhappy. He's just serious. He's just, you know, concentrating on what he's doing. So his eyes are going to be this color. So now let's work on this costume, shall we? Because this isn't the way that it's going to be. All right, first off, the average Elshar, this is going to be white, so that's pretty accurate, but the belt is going to be blue, and it's going to be a serious blue. So I'm going to choose the belt, and I'm in surfaces. So I'm going to give it, and the diffuse color, I probably don't want to do the whole thing blue. I just want to do the belt. So I am going to make it blue, and I'm going to make it darker. I'm going to make it that medium serious blue. Alright, so now I've got that. Now the buckle, if he's a good trader, he's going to have tessite. Tessite is a mineral in my universe that makes you stronger. So it looks like gold, but you hold it and whoa, you've got energy. So traders need energy. So I am going to make it a nice golden color. I'm making it a little more orange than I have to, because in the render it might not be as golden. So there, now we got that. Now the other part of a trader's outfit. Now a trader is probably going to have blue boots, so I'm going to color these boots as well. I'm going to make them, and I usually make them all blue, so I'm going to make them blue too. Same shade. Okay, now I've got his outfit done. Now he has to have a robe. A trader has to have a trader's robe. So he's an experienced trader, and he's, I'm not sure if he has the cobalt blue yet. Traders work their whole lives to get that cobalt blue. That marks a master trader rather than just a regular trader. So I haven't described him well enough. Let's see. So I'm not sure if he's got it, but tell you what, I'm just going to give him a light blue robe until I know. Ooh, thank you.
Let's put a bag of smoked rubber.
Yay! I would like that. Thank you.
Hi, Corey. Hi, Corey. Hi, baby. She's doing the weird tongue movement again.
Yeah, they blip.
Yeah, she gets into that weird half-trance state. Her eyes go closed, and she's thinking about licking herself, and she just sticks her tongue out a few times and goes, and then she starts licking herself. Oh,
funny. Let's try this outer robe. I got the desert outfit. That's close. Okay, of course the color is not what I want. So, and it's not going to be ragged like that because they have clothing formers. So all their clothing looks new. So I'm going to take this texture off, or maybe just, well, it doesn't look that bad. But what I want to do is color it that shade, and it's not having an effect because that texture is brown. So I'm going to get rid of the texture. I'm going to say none, and now it okay, so I'm going to, well, I haven't got the, oh dear. Alright, it helps if you choose the thing that you're working on. So I did Control Z to undo what I did now. And I do have this color in there, but it's not having an effect. Now I can go into my iRay preview and see what color it's going to render. Takes a minute. It's like a mini render. Oh, it actually does. But that's not as bright as I want it. So maybe if I make it a little lighter blue, I could go lighter. No, that is totally not the color I want. Alright, I could do this and go lighter. But that's more purple. I don't want purple. Not purple. I could do that. I don't know if that's any brighter than it was. It's not. That brown is going to interfere with it and not make it as bright. And Elshars like bright colors. They're not going to be like that. So I'm going to do none. Now that's the color I want. That's the color. And it's going to be very metallic looking. Very shimmery. So I'm going to do that. And we have all this poke through. Oh my heavens. So I'm going to choose the robe. And I'm going to go in parameters. Now that I have it the color I want it. And I'm going to see if there are any adjustments. There's fit to. If I make it the peasant tunic, then that might help. I learned some new ways to deal with poke through, so alright. One of the ways is to increase the iterations and let that think. And let that think. I'm going to go back off of this into texture shaded. Alright. And I can't see the difference now. Okay. I'll just go from one of these to the other and let it work. And that should get rid of the poke through. And I want this to be totally not see-through, so I'm going to make sure. I worked with this robe making my Bacillip guy, and it really is versatile. I don't want it to look ragged at all. I want it to be smooth. So it looks pretty good. Of course, I'll have to render it to see. Let me do this NVIDIA preview and see if we got rid of all the poke through, and we didn't right here. So another thing I can do is pick the part of the robe see if that goes. Oh dear. Control Z. That's not going to work. Alright. Boy, that was bad. Okay, well, it's looking a bit ragged there and there. I don't want it to look ragged. Maybe I have another robe that will do it. Let me try. Alright. Let's see if I have another robe. And of course I have to select my Genesis 8 male so that I can see the stuff. And I want a robe, so this is outerwear. And I don't really have anything else that would do it. Let's see. Let's look at shirts just for kicks. I thought I had a robe. Oh, if I don't filter by context and go for outerwear, let's see what we have. Because I need robes. Let's see. Have a poncho. Have a coat. Oh. What's that like? Elven cape. Frosty jacket. Mage type of thing. So I can look through here and see if I have any kind of robe. I have a surgery gown. That won't do. That will not do. Well, I'm not seeing much in the way of this except for the desert robe. Now the desert robe has an underrobe and an outer robe. So I could try the other robe. So let's look at this outfit. Let's see. Okay. Now if I go to the product, and go to wardrobe, then let's see. Well, let's just try looking for robe. Maybe I've got something that I haven't got. Oh, I need to update this. Install update, yes. And I don't know what might be there, but it won't take but a minute for it to install this. So let's get all the parts of the robe and okay, let's load this up again. I guess this will have to do. So until I can find something that looks more like I was thinking more of a bathrobe open kind of thing. So I will have to look for something. But if I go to this, I go to surfaces, give it a metallic sheen. I want to cut out opacity. I want all the way I don't know what happened, but we're back. That was so weird.
Maybe you shouldn't live stream and reader at the same time.
I've done it plenty of times, no problems.
Why did you shut up this time?
Yeah, why? That was really strange.
Your computer was like, you're having too much fun, I'm shutting you down.
Yep. I am having fun. Alright, I don't know.
Aww, I love that. I start petting her and she just falls over for a petting around. So cute.
I can't find my parameter here. I don't know why.
Are you going to have to reset your live stream or?
No, it's on.
Oh.
And I'm apparently on. Would you check me? Make sure I'm still on, because Twitch
on?
Studio's running.
What are you streaming on?
Twitch.
Alright, let me check.
Twitch. And Daz is still on, so apparently it was just weird what happened. I don't understand it, because for me it looked like the computer cut off and everything was off, but obviously it didn't turn off because Daz is still up. So, don't know what happened, but it's back. So, and from what I can tell, I am live streaming, so I wish that this robe had an expand all button or something that I could. Oh, here's my iterations. Okay. All right. Let's smooth it. Daz Studio has encountered a fatal error and must close. Oh, no! No! Okay. Well, Daz Studio caused access violation in Module C, Windows System 32 Driver Store File Repository. NVHDA.inf AMD64. AMD? I don't even have an AMD chip. MV CUDA 64 DLL. Okay, so I'm gonna save the error file. I'm gonna put it under error reports. So where can I put it? I save all errors. I can hope that it won't happen again, but boy, this is something I did not want to have happen. Now, where am I keeping my error files? Daz errors. Daz errors. Okay. I wish I could save my file. But I can't. All I can do is close. Okay. Well, let's recreate my work. Life with Daz. It rarely ever has errors, but occasionally there will be something, and my file is blank. So that means I get to start all over again. My fault for not saving. Save your work. Don't let this happen to you. So, all right. Here I go again. I'm just kind of oh. All right. So I will go to Smart Content, All Files, and I will redo the file that I just had. Sad but true. I didn't even have a chance to do anything with my figure. All right. So I need the Genesis 8 basic male. Okay. And I'm going to adjust the lighting. I'm glad I didn't do a whole bunch of work on him. I would really be miffed. Okay. I'm going to do rotation. Get the light where I want it. All right. Now, I'm gonna, oh, I haven't changed the parent. Change the parent to Genesis 8. Genesis 8. Alright, now I'm going to save this as scene. Elshar Trader, because I'm wanting to create a generic character that I can modify as I have Elshar traders in stories. I created a DS Elshar for my diplomats, so now I'm going to have Elshar traders. So I want to dress him in a peasant outfit. So I'm going to go up here to Genesis Male. I'm going to give him an outfit. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on. Outfits. It's not finding the peasant outfit? Why? There it is. Okay. Now, so we're going modern medieval here. We're going to work on the belt. I'm going to go to surfaces. I'm going to go to the belt itself, and I'm going to make it medium serious blue. And I'm going to go to the buckle, and I'm going to make it golden. All right, now, and I'm going to go to the boots and make them that color as well. And I'm going to save this as scene. Elshar peasant outfit. Okay. That way I will already have the color scheme and everything. Alright, now I'm going to put hair on him. He needs hair. So, I'm going to get the Jonas hair. I'm not going to filter by content because this is there it is. All right. This goes on Genesis 3 male. It is hair, short hair, except. All right. There it goes. Now we're going to go to materials on the hair and make it black. So, black hair. Oh, I used 3 to light. Whoopsie. I'm going to go down to Iray, hair, colors, and go 11. Okay, so now I've got the hair. Now I'm going to go to the eyes. Actually, the eyes he has are fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm just going to go here to Genesis now. I'm going to go to, although I have some beautiful eye colors. Like that. Oh, it's just a gorgeous color. It's not as realistic as what was there. So, because it's for an older figure. So, I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to go down here to Genesis 8. I'm going to go to surfaces, iris 6, and I'm going to make that base color a series blue. Alright, now I'm gonna, at this point, save. I'm already Elshar peasant outfit. The blue color is going to go with that. And the hairstyle, I might change it for some of them. Some of them have straight hair, but most of them have curly hair like that. So, alright. Because they're Elshar Mashai, there's a lot of flavors of Elshar, but tonight I'm doing an Elshar Mashai, average trader, very common in my universe. Alright, now I'm gonna put the robe on him and hope it doesn't crash this time I have my file saved. So, alright, I'm gonna go robe. Let's see what I get. I got a few different items, but that's not what I want. So I'll go DR for desert robe, and it's not coming up. Why? Maybe because I'm in materials? Duh. If I was in wardrobe. Let's try robe again. Alright. There's the fantasy wrap. I wonder if there is an open setting for that. Let's try it. That has no info. Oh, come on. Gotta be info. Oh. Okay. This. It's probably Genesis. I'll try that, see if it works. I don't think this has an open setting, however. It doesn't appear to have a seam here. So that's probably not going to do it. No. No, 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 no. That will not do. Fancy wrap. Goodbye. Will not do it. Let's try the... No, medieval robe's too long. The monk robe. Let's try that. Alright. Let's make that light. We'll see if it has any adjustments that allow it to be open. Adjustments. Oh, good. This has got a lot. So I can loosen the torso, loosen the upper chest, loosen the right shoulder, loosen the left shoulder. All right, but let's see. It's got body settings, which is good. It's got adjustments. But that should be all of them. It doesn't have a way to open it, so that won't do either. Oh, me. So I really don't have any other option but the desert robe. And I like the desert robe. Let's try the, well, this one is the open one, the outer robe. So, yeah, we'll go outer robe. Again, I will go to surfaces. Make the base color that. Get rid of the texture. Alright, now I will make it metallic, and I'm going to save this as PS Elshar. Okay. Now I've saved it. Okay. Now I need to do iterations to get this to fit him. First I'm going to change the parent on this to the peasant top. Peasant tunic. And that should fix some of it. However, it's going to be a little different here. So, all right. Need to go down. Opacity's all the way up. I'm going to go down to the, why aren't they showing? Why aren't the iterations showing? This is not making sense to me, but geometry. And why it doesn't show iterations. It should show that on smoothing. It should have it. Well, so what do I do? I don't understand why it's hiding that setting. It should show presets. No. Okay, it should be under smoothing, but I'm not seeing it. Oh. I don't get it. I don't get it. Would it be under parameters then? Yes. Oh, silly me. It's under parameters, not... okay, so I gotta remember it's parameters, not surfaces. Okay, now let's smooth it. I'll just do one at a time. This is a method I learned from a YouTube video yesterday on dealing with poke through, and there are a lot of different ways to do it, but that's one way to do it. If I didn't have these areas like that showing, I could just hide the shirt and just do the robe, but I want the shirt to show under the robe. So I can't just turn off these little clickers and have it not show. So there's that. But, and the belt, really, I want on the outside of the robe. So I'm going to have to change that too. But first things first, let's get this young man fixed up here. And I'm going to, I got in trouble last time doing that. I think I will just try other things. Okay, so I'll turn that up and this up, that up, this up, and it's apparently doing it very quickly because it's only appearing, the bar is right here, so it doesn't appear except briefly. If you watch this area, you can see it appear as I bump these up because my computer is fast. Yours may not be as fast as mine, but it will still work. And if you bump them up one at a time, it is a lot quicker than if you do it all at once. So I'm going to keep on with that. And let's do a renda and see how we did. But first, I want to pose this guy. So he's standing there trading. What's he gonna look like? Let's get a good pose for him, and I'm gonna save this so that it doesn't have to hold a whole bunch in memory. Since I had a crash, I want to be a little more cautious this time. So I'm gonna go to poses. By function, I want a standing pose, so I will do standing and see what I got. And I'm not filtering by content. Poses from other generations of Genesis will work. You just have to tweak them so that they look realistic, because the Genesis 8 bends more than the other models. So if you use, say, a Genesis pose, you're going to have to do some tweaking to get it to look right. And it's not, oh, if I take the term out of the search window, it will work a lot better, because there's not going to be a robe pose unless you have poses on a piece of clothing. So here we are. I can use this one. I'm going to use this one. So, oh, I posed the robe. Whoops. It helps if you select the character that you want to pose. Okay, let's try that again. I did Control Z to undo. You can undo most things with Control Z, so there's that. Alright. He looks like he's ready to fight. I don't want him to fight, so I'm going to undo that pose. It is a lot better if you're looking at different poses. You want to kind of undo every time, because you can break your model going through too many poses. Ah, this looks good. Oh yeah, I like that pose. Okay, so now his general, I'm going to do Y rotate and turn him so that he's facing the front. And then I will turn the camera. Okay. So he is studying maybe an equivalency table over here, and he's sliding an item into his tray, virtual tray. When Elshars trade, you might not see who they're talking to because they're mostly using telepathy, and they are checking things. So he might have a virtual display that you wouldn't even see, and it just looked like a truck driver standing up shifting gears. So yeah, this would be a good pose for my trader. So I'm gonna put him back, and it looks like that robe has a lot of through. I don't know why. Let's see if I have any parameters on the robe that I can use. So I can make the bottom wider. I can open the front left. I can open the front right. Because he's moving around, so the robe is going to move a little bit. I can make the chest wider. Oh, look at that. All my poke through went away. Yay. Okay. Alright. Wider shoulders will help that too. Oh yeah. Okay. And I can narrow the sleeves. I wonder if that will help. Let's try it. Left sleeve is that one, which is the problem one. So let's see if that helps. I don't know if that helped or not. I think it did, actually. Try the other one. Okay. We can try that. All right. Let's render it and see what it looks like. Oh, I'm forgetting something. I am totally forgetting something. Facial expressions. And our general transforms. So I need to make this Elshar mine. I'm going to look at his head. I've got some face gen faces. I'm gonna give him a little bit of these. Yes, that is all just Boudris. He's my hero. He is the one editor that gave me a compliment. So he is forever in my memory, my favorite editor. And brilliant man. The world misses him, and I do too. So, and you may be asking me, well, Ranny, how did you get a model of all this Boudris for Pete's sakes? I downloaded a picture from the internet and I used FaceGen. So maybe next time I will show you FaceGen. It is a paid software, but you can take photographs and turn them into 3D models, which is wonderful. And you own the copyright, so you can use them however you want because they're not exactly like the photograph you used. So it is legal to use them, and Daz lawyers say so, and FaceGen's lawyers say so. So I'm taking them at their word that the model that I make with a photograph, because you tweak it, and you know how close you come is up to your skill, but if you don't tweak them too much, they don't look exactly like the source. So yes, you can download a copyrighted picture that you have no rights to, and you can make a 3D model out of it, and you can use that 3D model in your book covers legally. Isn't that wonderful? So yeah, it's very nice that we are allowed to do that. And the model is not going to look enough like the person that you're getting into trouble. You know, this guy looks nothing like Aldous Budrys, even in his younger days. So, you know, people's facial features vary from photograph to photograph, depending on how old they were in the photograph. And even in the same time period, they can look radically different from photograph to photograph. So it's safe territory. You know, all these lawyers have looked at it and decided it's okay. So that's enough for me. All right, so we still have some problems with this. But if we do a render, we can see how close we got. I'm going to do some changes, not to his head, but I'm going to do a full body. I'm going to, Elshars look like us, so I'm not going to use the excellent HFS set, which radically changes the body shape. It's a wonderful package, and I suggest that if you want to create aliens, you invest in it because it has paid for itself time and time again. It's a wonderful software. So I do have some aliens that I use this extensively, but Elshars look like us, so there's not really any species modification except for the blue eyes that lighten and darken. So I'm going to go full body, real world, and I'm going to do body mixer. And this is another package that I bought of Morphs. Morphs change the appearance of your base character. So I can give him wider shoulders if I want. I can adjust his rib cage. I can adjust his lats. I can adjust the torso depth. And I'm making this model mine as I am making these adjustments. So I can do that, and I can go to body size. Where's the body size? Lower. Yeah, I can make those match. And I have just altered this default body so that it looks a little different. And I can use an aging morph. This aging morph package is really cool. And so I can give it a little detail there. I'm not going to make him an old man because he's only 30, but Elshars at 30 look about like us at maybe 40. So I'm just going to give him a slight older look, very slight, and a very slight change in posture, just a bit, not too much, maybe the shoulders just a tad bit, just little hints. I'm not wanting to do any skin sag or waddles or anything like that because he's only 30. He still looks young, but he's got dark hair, which tells you that he's gone through some stuff. And now I could play with the body mixer a little more. I could make him a little stocky, just a little bit. I'm making very subtle changes to this model. I don't really want to, change his body shape too much because he's not old, but just these little features will do subconscious things as people look at the render. It really does help with the realism of your character. So don't be afraid to tweak and adjust and make that character yours, because it really, you don't want to just load a model and not modify it at all. You're not gonna, that's not original. So you want to make this model yours. Take a little time to think about, okay, what are his details like? And then he needs a facial expression. So I am not finished. I'm going to go over here to expressions, and I'm going to figure out what I want him to be doing. I like that expression. I'm going to put that one on him. Did it do it? Maybe I need to be selecting his head. All right. Okay. And of course, I already did that. And if I wanted, I could add other people detail. I have a whole bunch of head morphs that I got before I got face gen. Now I can do my own. But I could alter his facial details if I wanted to. But I didn't get the facial expression. I wonder why. Maybe I need to select his head. So I'm going to go up here. And neck is the head. Now I'm going to put this expression on it. And it's still not working. So maybe that has something to do with this being an older morph. That happens sometimes. So let's filter by, well, I want to include some of these are, this is the freak for, so that's 4th generation. So yeah, these are not going to work. Alright, so I need to, which is a shame because I like that expression, but let me look for some others. Okay. Sinister anticipation, well, that could also be concentration on a trade and a little, although he's going to want to keep a poker face. He's not going to want to tip his hand, so he's going to be kind of doesn't really look like pondering evil if you're thinking about he's concentrating on these trades. So let's do ponder evil. He's thinking about his stuff. So, alright, good enough. Now I'm going to do my render. So I'm going to go to my settings, general, and I'm going to give this a TS Trader ponders his items. Okay, now I'm going to move him back. I'm going to pull him up. I'm adjusting the camera here. I'm not really moving him around. I'm moving the camera. When you use these controls, you are maneuvering the camera so that when you do your render, this is everything in this frame is what you see on your render. And I have a very large render size here, 4,000 by 3,000 pixels. It's 3,000 high. The reason I do huge renders like this is I want to see facial detail, and you're not going to see it if you're doing 1,500 by whatever. So if you want a quicker render, do a smaller render. If your computer has to churn away for 8 hours on a render this size, then you definitely don't want to do 4,000 by 3,000. But I'm doing this so I can have him in the middle of the screen, and I can add objects behind him. I can plug him into a render I've already done of a background. So there's things I can do. So I'm going to go ahead and press that render button, and you'll notice that I am rendering direct to file. This is a time saver. It is nice to be able to watch the render in the little window, but if you want a quicker render, if you render directly to disk, then you are going to do a quicker render and you can see it faster. So I like to just render directly to disk. I don't even fool with watching it on the screen. I just let it go, and when it's done, it will tell me, and then I can go look at it. And it saves me a lot of time to do that. And here's my render directory, so I know exactly where to look for it. So let's render. And off we go. Ta-dum, 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 ta-dum. And all this is straight in the log. So if you want to look and see exactly where did I get this outfit from, you could go in your log file, and it is under help, and under help there is troubleshooting, and under troubleshooting there is log file, and the log file is your friend. If you have any problem at all, you can go back in the log file and find out what item, you know, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of clothing on this character and a hair. So, and I've made some modifications to surfaces, but basically, if you have a problem while you are rendering, it's going to be in the log file. So, for example, I can go back into my log file and figure out why my machine crashed. That's pretty bad. I don't know what I did to crash it, but oh well. And And if I wanted to, I could send that log file to the Daz Tech Support people. They are awesome. This is a free software. You can buy products to go with it, but basically it's a free software, and yet their tech support is great. You can get all sorts of help. So they probably will want to see your log file, so it's good to know how to get to that. And I just told you. So now I'm going to go to my Daz Renders directory, and here is my trader. And he's concentrating. He's like, oh my, but look at, oh, that robe is just not doing right. Okay, now I can go into GIMP and fix all this, but that's a lot. If the robe had some more adjustments, it would be a lot nicer. But it may be partly the design of this robe. It's designed to look worn and to have frayed parts, which is excellent work on the artist's part. But for my purposes, I want a new looking robe, so I'm really going to have to look for a product that I can do better robe renders in. But overall, I love the facial expression. And I love the pose. I love the outfit. So this peasant outfit really has served me well for my Elshar guys. So here we have it. So we have made a character. I'm going to go back into my Daz and save this. And the robe is problematic. I'm going to have to go looking for a better one. But, you know, I could add more iterations. I could use a push morph. And in case you aren't familiar with that, you can go into create, and you can go into geometry. Where is it? You could make a geometry shell. There are several methods. I'm not going to go into that because I'm still learning. But what I wanted to show you was the and you have the geometry editor, which I don't know how to use. But the mesh grabber is a very useful tool. It is a paid add-on, but I can go in here and I can pull this closer, and I can go here and I can just okay. Oh, I need to select something first. That's why. Okay. So I need to go to the outer robe, and I'm going to select a part of it for the mesh grabber to grab. So I'm going to go, oh, my eyes are itching. I hate it when that happens. All right, I need to find the particular part that this problem is there. So it's maybe not that, maybe it's here. Let me yeah, it's right there. So now I'm going to right click and I'm going to okay, that's good. Now, all right, and where is the mesh grabber? There it is. So now I'm just going to pull this out. I'll grab it there and I'll just pull it. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna Control Z. All right. I need to pick where I'm gonna grab. And you can tell that I don't use this very often. Okay, so, well, all right. So I'm going to zoom in because it helps to know exactly where you are trying to do this. And I want to be on that robe. And I want to be on the upper chest. Okay. And I'm going to do the face selection. And where's my thing? Looked so easy in the video. It looked so easy in the video. I don't know where the thing is. Well, I don't know how to use Mesh Grabber. I've got to learn, so I'm going to have to watch the video again to learn how to do this. But you're supposed to be able to just grab. And I have all these raggedy parts here. I think that's built into the mesh. So it would be very difficult to fix this so that it looks new. It's a wonderful product. I just wish it had a new version that was white so I could color it. But I'll just have to look for something else that will work. But anyway, I have my guy, and I will just look for another product that will not take quite so much tweaking because I'm tired. Anyway, so I will leave you with that. I hope tonight has been useful for you. Let me go over to Twitch and see if anybody has left me any messages. Let's see. Oh, hello, Casino, thanks, and Ethlon, and Catsip06, you're back. Hello. And Madinson, welcome to all of you. And I hope that our foray into Daz has been useful to you. It's a great way to visualize your characters. And a lot of times I can do a render and then I can look at my render and do some better description of the characters. So it really helps to be able to visualize them, whether you're going to pexels.com and looking for a photograph that looks like your guy or your girl or your them, or if you are wanting to go into Daz Studio or another 3D modeling software and load in a model, dress them, and have them that way. I love Daz because it's so versatile, and you can get 3D models in a lot of different places, including Renderosity, which is a huge site with a lot of free items that artists have been kind enough to just upload there, and they're there for the taking. So I encourage you to get Daz Studio and play with this. And you know, you can also get models from a third-party site, and I probably should do that next time. Show you how to use those free models in your creation. So maybe I'll go looking for a robe next time and show you how to bring it into Daz, because you don't have to buy things or get them free from the Daz site. You can get models other places and read them in. So until next time, I'm Dannis Cole, and I hope that you have a pleasant evening and happy writing and happy character creation. I wanted to leave one thing in parting about mental health. Everybody probably has somebody in their life that just seems to want to tear you down. You know, nothing's ever good enough. If you have that person in your life, I found a website that is really neat that has help for that. And let me look at my notes, because I write everything down. This, okay. Let's see, well, I think I'll share this one with you. High conflict mediation techniques. So, say you've got an employee who's really hard to get along with, or is having a conflict with another employee, and you need both of them to do a good job for you. You know, you could fire them both, but that won't help you get your work done, right? So let me look this up. Yeah, and give you the link. So I will share that with you. So if you've got a high conflict person in your life, he's got some really good techniques that you can use to deal with them. And I encourage you to explore the site, because, you know, if you've got that going on, you know, real life can be real stressful. That's one reason I write, to get away from it. So I will share that with you, and I will put links on the, well, let me go ahead and give you some. I've got links for how to get Daz Studio and where to go to find free stuff for it. But first I'm going to look for my, oh, where is it? There it is. Yeah. Here's the link to Daz Studio, and next time we will explore some of the free things that you can find out on the internet that you can use with your Daz. So happy modeling, and if y'all haven't got any questions for me, then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. but I will be on my Discord for a little while. So if you want to come over there and hang out, you're welcome to. Y'all have a good night and see you Wednesday for another episode of The Writing Life. Y'all take care. Good night.